Welcome to the Roxbury Film Daily Script Reads. We're very excited to have an African science fiction story today. We will be reading Ye, a JAGUN story, aka JAGUN Codes, by John Oluwole ADEkoje. I probably butchered that name. I am sorry. I'm going to introduce our actors. First, Dina.
Hello, I will be playing Alicia.
Thank you. And Parmi. I'd love to hear your voice, Parmi.
Hello, I will be playing Miriam.
Great. And as the actors are introducing themselves, then they will disappear and you'll see them later. Nerissa?
Hello, my name is Nerissa Williams Scott, and I will be playing the character of Iya. Thank you.
Great. Sharon?
Hello, I am Sharon, and I will be playing Dinka and Adonisa.
Wonderful. Sen?
Hi, my name is Sen Young, and I'll be playing Blessing.
Great. Ashley?
Hello, my name is Ashley Hernandez, and I'll be playing Maji.
And Rahman?
Hello, my name is Rahman Oladigbolu, and I'll be playing Stella and AJUMOSE.
Wonderful. And we have John, our writer.
Hello, everybody.
Great, thank you. And you can, John and Rahman can disappear. And I am Andrea Lyman. I will be playing the narrator and AJUMOSE women and AJUMOSE crowd. So thank you. And with that, we will begin after we say goodbye to Rahman, who will disappear. Thank you. So, Ye, a JAGUN story, aka JAGUN Codes. Company credits. Ooh, Child from the 5 Stair Steps plays. The music continues in a grand world. Scene 1, exterior cliff, afternoon, future. 3 highly decorated African horses dressed in the Hausa tradition appear one by one on the cliff with magical force. 1, 2, and then 3. The horses wear an elaborate mask and body covering is embroidered in royal red and gold silk. The legs of the horses are patterned like ancient galaxies from a distant planet. These bright patterns provide energy for travel between JAGUN universes.
The war is upon us. A future where our past is confronted by the Ikus, Afro-cyborgs created by Ojiji. The Ikus are designed to eliminate our important memories that bind our genetic code. The final days are closer than forgotten years, days when we will no longer have control of constructing who we are.
3 African women, members of the AJUMOSE, a covert league of brilliant Pan-American women who use ancestral memory to reconstruct the African mind, are in very flowy Yoruba, North African clothing, wearing a large red geles, sit on large horses looking into the distant as a desert storm brews with concert-like sonic bass. A thunder and lightning ensues. We then see African-looking cyborgs known as Ikus fall from the sky like meteoroids made of lightning and begin to populate the valley in multiples of 10s. They search the area using their artificially designed laser eyes. The AJUMOSE and Dele begin to glow. An alarm for war. The AJUMOSE's horse's eyes turn to fight mode as bright lights germinate from them like ancient diamonds. A distorted guitar sound reverberates from the Iku camp. The Afro-cyborgs storm toward them. The wide cinemascope screen begins to slowly fill with Saharan dust.
We were recruited by Iya, our leader from a parallel universe. Women who have undergone tremendous pain and loss in life to become members of the League, the AJUMOSE. We have 10 years to build our organizations. Then we have to move to a training post of Earth for the final battle. We need 3 positions filled before we can move. If we don't succeed, we all die from the hands of the Ikus. Pray for us. My name is Stella.
Exterior, sand dune, evening, past. We see nothing but dust and sand, but it slowly starts to dissipate. A futuristic red canoe slowly floats across the screen, flashing lights up the night periodically. The Ikus are busy stacking equipment, preparing for an attack.
These are not the last days for the Ikas, but this is the retirement party. For those who want to oppose Ojiji, our leader, a machine who has death in his back pocket. For us, a rebirth occurs after the great defeat of the AJUMOSE. For them, the end of all their memories.
The canoe crashes directly into the camera. Mash cut to, we see beautiful illustrations of the JAGUN world. Black. We settle in to hear the whispers of women in various Pan-African languages. They sound like waves of many ancient oceans. A Juba marketplace, day. It's raining. 3 long female figures are on the run through a colorful Nigerian marketplace. They jump, wiggle, and squeeze through many rustic pathways. They wear a glass box backpack. Water and carnation flowers swirls in it slowly. Looks like it's malfunctioning. How do we know? It sounds like an old lawnmower on its last leg. A horse emblem sits on the left corner of the cheap-looking device.
Goodness gracious.
Dinka and his boys.
It's not working.
The jump meter?
I can fix this. I can fix it.
We don't have time. We need to jump.
Blessing does some circuitry magic on the fly.
No, give me a minute. We are not generating enough force.
The bees are buzzing. Oh,
Is that what we are calling them now?
yes. Oh,
Above ground, we see skeletal robotic insects ripping through the air and toward them like wasps. The eyes on these inorganic beings are numerous, similar to cheap surveillance cameras.
Stay calm, my dear.
I am calm.
Miriam, an extremely fit Nigerian woman, 40s, grabs carnation flowers from her circular tray basket balanced on her head.
Do you ever listen?
We should stop talking and jump.
Her jump meter reading is very low. This device is embedded in her stylish Afro-futuristic goggles.
Miriam, the reading is very low.
Since I have been here, the reading is always low. When is the reading ever going to be high?
We don't do that here. Miriam, we don't do that here.
Do what?
We don't bring our past to the job. We change them to carnation power.
At this point, I trust my past.
We see robotic hands type in what looks like thin air, but it's actually an ancient keyboard. It is invisible to the naked eye. Old code is displayed. The robotic hands and one of its eyes are made of many used electrical items from the local dump. A strange concoction of old and new technology. Ecutech. The mysterious robotic hands are owned by digital dream agents called the Iku. Their typing generates the robotic flying skeletal insects. The design of the insects is inspired by the work of David Minter's public art. Miriam gets throttled backward with each stroke and that the hands make.
Yee.
She hits her head by a clothing stand when she reappears. Expensive garments float through the air in slow motion. The market women scream.
Are we connected or not? You said you can fix it.
Okay, I cannot fix it. Are you happy?
Then why did you say that?
This is not going to bear fruit.
So now I'm a fruit?
The insects are hovering.
Mask, they're about to hack us. There's no time for your insecure talk.
Watch your mouth.
The mask?
I can't do that right now.
It's the only thing the idiots can't hack.
Please, let's try and jump without the mask.
These robotic devices infiltrate and rearrange memories in the mind. One such insect lands on the middle of Miriam's forehead. Blessing, a confident Hausa Burkina woman, charges a sonic device distinguished as finger rings shaped like carnation flowers. She punches towards Miriam's direction.
Why did you even sign up?
The insects move back. She then grabs her tray basket from her head, spins it to create centripetal force toward those creatures. Boom! It repels them.
Blessing.
Remember the training. You have to open your memory channel. Put the mask on. They can't fight us in there.
We hear a buzzing sound.
Can you hear me?
Her language decoder is malfunctioning again. We go silent. Miriam is in trouble. Blessing does not understand Miriam's native language. We hear scrambled noises. They begin to speak in code for the rest of the scene.
Console.log fight to fly.
A force from the insects pushes the tray to the ground. Miriam checks her jump meter. The reading is low. She decides to jump anyway. Oops, she does not go far.
Idiot.
It's all coming back.
What's coming back?
Aminu.
No.
No.
The robotic hands type harder. Low frequency sounds vibrate the earth with each typing motion. Miriam is pushed back to the marketplace.
My son, Aminu, he is here.
The robotic insect has now penetrated her head using a needle-like mouthpiece. The creature moves like a mosquito. A colorless fluid rushes in. This fluid consists of AI code language. Thousands of false, guilt-ridden memories flash before her. She believes them, almost fanatically. She feels good for a moment.
Aminu.
This weakens her psychological defenses.
Where are you going, my dear?
Music pumps into the market. Miriam's body shakes from the audio and visual waveforms.
It's cold.
Bodily shock ensues. Two very fashionable individuals walk toward her like cowboys in an old Western movie.
Blessing.
Concentrate. Stop talking.
Why did I sign up? This was all for nothing.
They are part machine, part human. From the neck down, they have human parts. Robotics, hands not included. The IQU's face consists of 1/4 old machine and 3/4 human. They have dreads that stick out like antennas. The hair's antennas can move around with the ability to detect beings of interest. The IQU's brain cortex is merged directly with advanced computer technology, neuroimplants. The IKUs are capable of assessing and controlling the internet using digital devices. Their fashionable outfits are cooling devices for the overall machine. The cyborgs open her eyes, type some information on her forehead in a social media language. It says, mission accomplished, future leader extinguished, confirming lights blink. They swipe to the next face on their screen. It slowly materializes. A very tall male figure looks from afar, puts on his sunglasses and walks away. His name, Dinka. This man has a cool Jamaican Londoner vibe to him. Dinka is the IKU manager of the Earth region. He is all human at first sight, but on closer look, Dinka is a seamless marriage of flesh and machine.
Waste man.
He waves his hands in the air. Mariam slowly begins to rise. The fabric of her dress billows like a hot air balloon as she hovers over the now busy marketplace. The volume of her garment expands as she lifts above the horizon. Mariam has been technologically hacked by the IKU. The IKU controls her ascendance with a magical dreamlike dance. Massive attack exchange plays. Mariam floats with new velocity at her ultimate height above the ground. She explodes into a rush of carnation flowers. The violent wind stops. The story of Mariam. Note, all cards will be written in various languages. We see a GIF image of Mariam in all her glory. The caveman's Udu plays along with the image. Interior, AJUMOSE cave, inner room, night, flashback. The twins are both slightly above water in a colorful cave made of recycled products that wash up on the ocean shores. In the near distance, we see the digital caveman carvings. The carvings are subtle hints of an alternative version of the transatlantic slave trade. You can tell this ad hoc space was created recently. Maji and Alicia sit together in an ancient stool made of dry ice. Carnation flowers float above them. Images of Mariam are projected behind them.
Hold my hand.
Breathe.
Falling.
Falling.
The tall woman nods. The three women begin to tie their heads with the gilets made of aso oke. African patterns are prominent. As they tie their heads ritualistically, it brings childbearing pain to both of them. The twins cry like many oceans.
Yay.
Yay!
Two ancient masks are placed on their heads, which creates massive sound traveling vibrations. Think of the Jamaican sound system at a block party. We jump to Mariam and we see the sound vibrations land on her. A clicking sound is heard. The twins connect with Mariam. The further away a candidate is from Maji and Alicia, the more painful the experience is for them.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Yes, Maji and Alicia are locked in. They hold on to the connection as the pain rushes through them like an ocean wave. They mirror each other's pain. A rush of water fills the screen. We watch Mariam looking in a mirror. Black liquid slowly oozes out of her beautiful skin. Her face begins to spark fire. This is a sign of having deep, uncontrollable pain. A small explosion occurs in her face. The twins awake.
It's her butt.
No, but we have to locate her.
You can't control it.
We are running out of time. We need the third seat. I have promised these women we will move from here before the death year. This is Iku year. We have to move.
I'm not sure.
Same.
Let's locate her frequency.
Interior, AJUMOSE cave night past. Ia, a regal older woman, stands before a crowd of women. We roam around the cave and see ancient artifacts and two women, twins, centered in a pool of water.
The twins have confirmed it. It's Miriam.
Aye, the rooster is finally crowing.
Finally,
Exterior street, day, present. A panic ensues as AJUMOSE field operators scatter and mourn the sudden loss. They are all speaking in different languages, but understand each other using the ancient language decoder.
We have lost our dear sister to the bees. Please stay focused, my dears. We want you all back safely. I'm going to be offline.
The AJUMOSE all get on bright colored moped bikes heading for their underground bunker. We travel through arid land to the safe house in the dust-filled sky road. Cut back to interior, AJUMOSE cave night past. Joy, hope, and dance have taken over the space. The women sing Ooh Child a cappella. It's clear Aya's got singing skills.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Some women play African instruments to go along with the experience. Someday, yeah, we'll put it together and we'll get it undone. Someday, when your head is much lighter. Someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of a beautiful sun. Someday, when the world is much brighter. The place is in a frenzy. Projected images of Mariam remains in hologram form.
The new phase of our struggle will begin to cook like pepper soup. And you know we love pepper soup.
We are going to show them pepper.
Oh, yes. Oh, show them pepper.
Ooh, my dears.
Hey,
Hey.
Auntie,
Someday.
Someday. Exterior street day, present. The field leader, Adoncia, is a healthy looking Afro-Cuban woman along with her cohorts throw their African wrappers from their waist in the air. It is a duplicating device.
The music channel is on.
Arya Star, Bloody Samaritan play, Time to Fight. The device duplicates each woman, creating a digital double. This is designed to confuse Iku with some success. The digital double app is a work in progress. The beautiful African wrappers continue floating in the air. Interior, AJUMOSE cave, night. Flashback. Ia continues.
My dears, we no longer will be captured when the training for the third seat is complete. We will too strong for them. And then we can clean all this unless useless mess up.
Clean him. Well. Someday is today.
The dark storm is coming, and these useless bees are hacking us without mercy to stay vigilant. If you get distracted, you die. It's that simple.
Yes. Exterior street, day, present. The insects close in with rocket launching precision. Some of the women get hacked. They levitate, then explode in the sky like Mariam. We hear Pan-African languages in a state of panic. Sounds, hand claps overlap with the chaos. The escape continues. Heavy thoughts form clouds of doubt around them. Doubt rain falls, asking many existential questions. The stair steps sing, black. Interior lake, night, future. Fluorescent lights blink on. We see a Nigerian green taxi van submerge in the middle of a lake, suspended by what seems to be an invisible force. Water flows from left to right like a gentle storm. A beautiful woman, stellar, in a Moroccan blue flowy dress in the West African tradition, floats within the van like an infant in her mother's womb. She wears an African mask on her face. A large breathing cord is attached from her lungs to the water surface. Stellar speaks. The world is a code we don't recognize anymore. We see empty seats spotlighted in a cave, littered with old African artifacts. Stellar speaks in Swahili. Mariam was before me. To understand my story, you have to know some of hers. The third seat is the hardest. Vengeance. Temper are the servants that strangle the third seat's neck. Interior, AJUMOSE bus, night. A small group of women drive in the countryside. On the window screen, we see the waveform storm with urgency. Iya is taking a nap. She snores loudly. Vibrant images bounce in and out of the window screen.
Yeah, I think we have something.
He's sleeping.
We have to wake her now.
I'm not waking her. Ooh, you know, she likes her sleep. Sleeping is like drinking sugar for her.
I know, but we have to. I'm driving.
You are driving?
Yes.
You're afraid.
Very.
Yeah. Please.
What do we have?
Strong distress signal.
Same waveforms like last time.
Oh, we have to go.
Pack the bus.
Oh yeah, quick, quick.
The bus crawls to a stop by the same cliff in the beginning. The AJUMOSE decorate their faces with chalk. Music begins to play. Iya puts her mask on. They all time jump from the bus. The blue light remains on. It flickers. The Iku eye light turns on in the distance. Exterior projects, Boston, Mass, night. The AJUMOSE appear. Mariam sits in front of her favorite chair. Carnation flowers fall from the ceiling. She is not moving.
Time?
Adoncia sets the time for 10 minutes.
Is she the third?
What kind of question is that?
People are opening their mouths.
What are the deserters saying?
We are never going to find the third person.
Sacrifice. You have to count the cost when you join us. We are a covert unit. There is a price.
We all get lost.
God forbid. I just don't understand why these women join us so recklessly. It keeps me up at night.
It keeps you up.
Yes, now.
Mama, you know you like your sleep.
I do.
At least you admit it.
We will find her. It's just a matter of time.
Maybe it's a him.
It's not a him. That comes later. I can't tell you everything right now, but
Yes, Ma.
when we find her, we will all join together and create a real sanctuary. Right now, we have to embrace being exposed.
I'm not afraid.
Pepper.
Pepper.
They begin to sing outside Mariam's window. Mariam slowly walks out of her building. It is still snowing. AJUMOSE outside through the front door. They all dance with lots of intensity. She gets a text. My sister, join us. Mariam opens the front door. Black. Exterior projects, Boston, Mass, night. It is snowing outside, a heavy Massachusetts storm. Ikus stand in the middle of the storm, dancing Public Enemy style. S1W, Dinka is DJing, except he is mixing good memories into bad. A collage of some sort. It looks and sounds great.
All things must come to an end.
Exterior street, many Pan-African cities, day. We see the Iku walk through human-made mayhem, explosions. Dinka leads the charge in a super colorful outfit. Men with fire burning on their heads follow the Ikus like true disciples. They stomp the line as a brotherhood in the tradition of African American fraternities. Black. Stellar. In Jamaican patois. Me want be popular. Me want be no fee me wook. And revenge are me biggest vice. Me not know why me a pig. We go find out. The twin story. We see a GIF image of the twins in all their glory. The Public Enemy's Rebel Without Pause plays along with the image. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Dakar, Senegal mashup. A strange occurrence happened 10 years ago. We watch it in slow motion. Alicia is shot in her home by cops in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, doing a routine sweep. Beforehand, Alicia was speaking against the militaristic behavior of the officers when a shot was fired by the leading officer. At that same moment, Maji was coming back from the local marketplace in Dakar, Senegal, with goods on her head. A heavy load. Maji hears a strange vibration sound and turns toward it. She gets shot with the same bullet. A space jump occurs. We see Alicia fall in Dakar and Maji fall in Milwaukee. They both collapse at the same time. No one understands how this happened, but it did. The sound waves we see and hear in this scene are the same sound waves the twins use during every investigation. It's their superpower. Now the two women are always locked in step with each other emotionally, psychologically, and intellectually. Maji now speaks like an African American, and Alicia speaks like a Senegalese woman. Iya, the leader, named them Ibeji, the twins. This is the legend of the twins, the first twins formed out of traumatic pain. Black. Exterior river, afternoon. A funeral is in session. Canoes are slowly leaving the shore. The sky is filled with heavy clouds. A gentle rain shower, loads of red carnation flowers fill many canoes slowly floating down the stream. Music vibrates with the water. We see tall plants growing out of the river. The AJUMOSE women sing and cry at the same time. They paddle down the canal slowly. The pain they feel is reflected in the shower storm.
I know this is a very difficult time. We gather here today to mourn the loss of our sisters who have been killed in combat while fighting for a better tomorrow. These women were brave, strong, and dedicated to the cause. They gave their lives in the service of this mission, and we will never forget their sacrifice. These women were not just soldiers. They were mothers and daughters and sisters and friends. They were loved by many. and their loss will be felt deeply. We will never forget the sacrifices that these women have made. We must continue to fight for a better tomorrow in their name. We must never give up on our dreams, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. Let us now take a moment of silence to remember their sacrifice. Thank you.
Fire is set in each canoe. The women mourn. The entire space is covered in smoke and fire. Ye, a JAGUN story, the story of Stellar. We see a GIF image of Stellar wearing a glorious gilet. Fella's trouble sleep plays along with the image. The end. I welcome back the actors and the writer. Okay. Yay. Guys did an awesome job.
Good job, everybody.
Okay. Wow. So how was that for you? I'm sorry. So John, how was that for you?
That was great. That was my first time listening to it. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's fresh off the press.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear.
So thanks for giving me that gift. I appreciate it.
So, and thanks for sharing it with us. Thanks for sharing your vision with us. Now, what was tell us a little bit about the inspiration for writing this piece.
This is a piece of a 3-part series. So it's a trilogy. This is the first film or first episodes of it. We read JAGUN Fly a couple years back, and that's the second part of it, and then there's a third part. So this is what starts the whole thing. This kind of lays the whole world. You get to understand what the world is, what the women are all about, and what their goals are, and that sort of thing. So it's a work in progress.
Were there any surprises in hearing it read?
No, but I just like I'm always concerned about the rhythm because of there's a lot of description, and it's very easy to shoot it, and it's not going to feel as slow. But even as you guys are reading it, it didn't feel slow to me, so I was happy about that.
Oh, good. And I realized when we were casting, I guess there isn't like a switch because Dinka was male and Stellar was female when we casted the, that happens. Notice that in the descriptions, but you guys pulled it off, did an excellent job. So when you're working on things like that, well, no, first off, were there any surprises, anything that came up that you said, hadn't thought of it that way. This is different for that character.
No, the reason why the answer is no is because I know that this film costs a lot of money. So everything that you write down there, you're hearing dollar signs. So I've taken away a lot of things in the script because of the amount of money I know it's going to cost. So I'm not surprised, but it's good to see that the relationships are beginning to develop very well.
Mm-hmm. And then when you cast things, because you were talking about money and all of that, how do you cast?
I don't really think about the people I'm writing for. I know a lot of writers do that. I just write the script and find the story, and then later on, begin to work with my wife Miranda, and then we start talking about who could play these parts, and then we start reaching out to people and trying to figure out how best to make this work.
Okay. And then when you were listening, was there anything that you said, I think I'm going to tweak that, or that was perfect? Yes. Yay me.
Yeah, there's never say it's perfect. I'll never say it's perfect. It's always a work in progress. Even if I have to shoot tomorrow, it will be a work in progress. It's always trying to fine tune it and make sure it's better. So yeah, there are many places in there that I can trim or expand on. So there are a lot of possibilities that I see.
Mhm. And somebody in the chat, let's see, we have some questions. John, how long did it take you to write this part of the trilogy? That's from Radiant. What a wonderful name, Radiant Jasmine. Oh, that's a lovely name.
So this particular part that you guys read, I wrote that in a month.
Oh,
So I have the second half to go, and that will take that'll probably take to the end of the summer to really get it to a place where I will be happy with it.
and how has your experience been with the RoxFilm Festival?
This is my favorite festival.
Oh,
So
great.
yeah,
Mine
Rox-
too.
for many reasons. Fresh out of film school, I showed my films here. And since then, I've been showing my films here. So my development is reflected in Roxbury Film Festival. So it's an awesome festival. No question about that.
Okay, so I want to take questions from the actors. You can either raise your hand on the Zoom way or raise it like that. Do you have any comments or questions or yes? Parmi.
John, hi.
Hello.
So I was pleasantly surprised, as we've discussed, after seeing you yesterday. But you said it's a trilogy and it's a work in progress. When do you sense you're going to complete it?
So the second part of it is completed. The script is completed. It's been budgeted, and we're trying to find financing for that. This will be completed. Everything is dependent on money, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Everything depends on cash dollar bills. This is sci-fi film, so it really depends on that. But at the same time, we're always developing, we're always creating our pitch packet, our pitch deck, making sure that we're proving that we know what we're doing so that when we do talk to the right people, they know that we're serious about it.
So the third piece hasn't been written yet?
No, the third one, just the first and second. The third one is
Okay.
the third one is when everything happens. That's when the battle happens. That's
Mhm.
yeah, that one is yeah, that one's gonna cost a lot.
Well, I look forward to it.
All right.
Ramon.
Yes, a very good story. I congratulate you for the work.
Thank you.
Very interesting. And I notice a kind of like panoramic scope of characters, like from, you know, you have Africans, you have Asians, all these all together to be able to create the story. Like, so I'm wondering, how do you want to, what's the goal with making, you know, having that plethora of characters?
Yeah, I mean, since for a long time, it's bothered me that there are sections of I'm Brazilian, I'm this, I'm that. And of course, you're proud of where you're from, but I don't see enough synergy between Africans in the diaspora. And I always wanted to tell stories where I'm showing the connections, I'm showing how people are how traditions connect to each other without effort. It's just there because of our history.
Yeah.
And so that's one of my main goals as a storyteller, is to find ways to make that happen.
That's very good. Thank you.
And Sharon. And your sound. You mean,
Yeah, thank you. As a sci-fi lover, freak, Battlestar Galactica, Star Trek, or all of those things, okay? I love this. The rhythm, it's just, I love the rhythm. I could visualize. I could actually, you know, because like sci-fi. So I mean, I could visualize all of this happening and the movement and the dance. It's just like a really, and the different characters, just wonderful and rich and full.
Thank you.
Yeah, love
Appreciate
love
that.
it.
Nerissa.
I really enjoyed it as well. Thank you, John. I get inspired by sci-fi because what's so beautiful is that your lead characters are women. I love that even more. I don't see enough of us in sci-fi. And so to see that was just amazing. And I do love how you're tying in the natural resources of the motherland that ties into how the overall creation of this entire planet actually evolved. So I love that as well. Kudos to you, John. Great writing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I loved it. Raman, and then I have a question. Raman?
Yes. How do you come to arrive at the title, the JAGUN codes?
Yeah, so the second movie is called JAGUN Fly, and Yoruba JAGUN means fight, and then you fly. And then JAGUN codes is you're trying to figure out from your own history and from your resources, what are the remnants of your memories from the past, and how do I bring that back? And that's always code. So how do you recode stuff that exists already? It's not like you're making it up. It already exists already, but you're trying to recode it for the present. And so JAGUN codes comes from that.
Oh, okay, nice. Thank you.
My question is that Stellar is most of it said voiceover, and it would be a different dialect each time. So would that be a different, do you envision a different person each time, or one person that morphs differently each time?
Yeah, it's one person. That's the reason why you need the third seat. The third seat is the person that does not need to have a machine where you record the language. Like, she understands all the languages, so she can speak any language. And so that's part of the reason why they're looking for her, because she can communicate with anybody. It doesn't matter where you're from in this world. She can talk to you. She doesn't need a machine to translate anything.
Okay. Wow.
I want to know her.
Yeah.
She's a language.
Yes.
She's a language translator.
Yeah,
Mhm.
correct.
They kind of do that on Sense8, if you've ever seen that series, only everyone does it. They're
Mm.
the 8 people are connected, and so they're from different parts of the world, but they can speak each other's language, even though they don't speak each other's languages. They don't know how they're doing it. But this one, I like it, one person that just speaks everything. That's really cool. Huh. And is any of this at all, I don't know, not autobiographical, but is any of it from something that is really in your life?
A lot of it is like, because it deals with memories, it also deals with my memories of Nigeria. It deals with my memories of living in the North. So there's a lot of recall that happens when I'm writing it. So it's not necessarily things that happen to me because I'm making this whole thing up, but I'm making sure I'm making sure the sci-fi aspects are not something that I'm taking from European sci-fi. I'm making sure that coming directly from my personal experience in Nigeria.
That's fantastic. I love that. Wow. Okay. Anybody else have any other questions for John? Or John, do you have anything you wanted to let the audience
Wait.
know? Oh, wait,
I just wanted,
actually.
yeah, no, hi. I just wanted to say I appreciate the mixing of the languages, because I'm fascinated by languages, and I'm actively trying to learn more. So I love the combination, and I don't see like Haitian Creole being added that much in movies. So I love that it's mixed in there. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
And for anyone who's Haitian, I apologize because I didn't know I was going to be reading that part, and I small.